Okay, everybody, see this thing sitting behind me? This is the 2019 Challenger Hellcat. I am so excited for this video. This is our Thursday Thoughts from Downtown Auto Group. Let's get started. Hello everybody, Cody Wade with Downtown Auto Group. This is the 2019 Challenger Hellcat. I'm so excited for this video. 6.2 liter HEMI, 717 horsepower, 10 more than the previous Hellcat, 656 foot-pounds of torque. It has a Conical cold air intake already on it, massive performance brakes. It has intakes in the headlamps like the Demon does. It has competition suspension dampening, which I'll show you in the infotainment system. It's really cool. It has a massive 92mm throttle body. This thing is just a performance powerhouse. I love this thing. So as you can see, the style of this gray charcoal color is fantastic. It has a matte black on the hood with dual air scoops, and then it goes matte black all the way to the rear. It is just really cool. These massive rims with the performance orange Brembo calipers look fantastic, and it has Hellcat badging all over it. As you can see, this thing is really cool. This thing is an awesome ride, and let me tell you, the performance bump in this car is extremely noticeable, and it has tons of performance modules, controls, run a dyno in the car. It's so awesome. So the other thing I want to note about this thing is the sound. I'm going to play a clip of it from the back on startup. It sounds fantastic. Okay, so you can see the back of this thing is just as cool. As I mentioned, it's got that matte black going all the way to the wing here. It's got that really cool stance that Challengers have. Other than that, the back of it didn't change that much, but it does look sweet. In this color, this is just the perfect color for a Challenger. I'm gonna go out and say it. I've seen red, I've seen orange, I've seen blue. Nothing to me has the coolness factor of this paint. It's just awesome. Okay, everybody, so we're inside the 2019 Hellcat, and this thing is just cool. I love the way they do the interior. It makes you really feel like you're in, like, the cockpit of a sports car. I don't even want to say interior, because this thing really, it's all pointed towards the driver, which I love. It's got this really cool finish near the cup holders, shifter, and radio controls, and up by the infotainment system. This thing's equipped with Sirius, navigation, Bluetooth, all the stuff that everybody's used to. The thing that it has paddle shifters, an LED instrument cluster, SRT badging everywhere, along with on the backrests of the seats, it has a Hellcat logo. The other thing this has, I'm going to run through it. So it has an SRT button that controls your infotainment system. So you go ahead and you hit that SRT button, and it loads up this performance module screen that shows you everything that you're working with. It tells you have the black key. So there are two keys. There are a black key and a red key. The black key limits the power of the vehicle. The red key, full potential, full 717 horsepower. I think this limits it to 500. It has multiple different modes for you. You can set your own custom mode, which is really cool. You can set sport, and then you have these performance pages. As you can see, it gives you your G-force, what gear you're in, the horsepower you're using. Let's see, we'll go over here to gauges. Shows your oil temperature and so much information. Dyno, it's giving you your power and your torque, which is so cool. That's so awesome to have that inside this, especially where it is a performance vehicle. It has a launch mode in it and it instructs you on the screen of how to properly perform launch mode in this vehicle, and it is crazy. The one thing that was weird to me on the spec sheet, if you will, as far as what Dodge is promoting and advertising, is that what it says is a 200 mile per hour speedometer. That seems like an odd thing to advertise, because if it's a decently fast car, especially something with this type of performance, that should just be included. So that one hit me a little weird as far as what's on the spec sheet. I really don't have a lot of complaints about this. The only thing, and just because I'm a fan of it, is that cloth seats, I don't like cloth seats. I want leather. If I'm spending as much money as I'm spending on a vehicle like this, I want leather seats. A couple things that I really like. It has a sunroof. The one con is that it doesn't have a convertible option for those who like it. I personally do not like convertible. But, you know, you look at Camaros and you look at Mustangs, they have convertible options, especially when you're paying a higher price point. So maybe that's something for the future. But the one thing that I want to know, which I kind of just noticed when I was sitting in here, is that the SRT badging is absolutely everywhere. They have, over on the vents, as far as on the front, they have SRT right beneath the vent, which I think is really cool. Then the other thing that I think is a little weird as far as just the interior design, it's really comfortable, especially for the driver. I haven't sat in the passenger seat to know. What I feel is weird is, and this is a Challenger thing, it's not new this year, but they have this wall on this side, on the passenger side of the cup holders and everything, but they want that to be accessible to the passenger because you have your climate control for the passenger and you have a cup holder for the passenger. But they put this wall, which to me is a little strange, but people, you know, people who love Challengers love that. The other thing I want to know as a pro is that it's really cool. A couple things. The infotainment system, I just love Uconnect. It's very clean, it's very simple. And I think as far as infotainment systems, and I haven't used everything that's out there, but as far as infotainment systems, I just really like the Uconnect system. It's very sleek, it's very simple, it's not hard to navigate, and it's not clunky. It doesn't operate slow. It doesn't, you know, it's responsive to touch, things like that. So I just really like FCA's infotainment system. But the other thing I want to know is that back in your SRT8 menu, you have an option for valet, which limits the performance of the vehicle and requires a custom PIN code for activation and deactivation, which is cool. A lot of vehicles do have a valet mode, but in a performance vehicle like this, it's cool that you can limit the power so that the person that's valet, that is your valet, isn't going to go take it for a joyride. That's just a cool feature. Hey everybody, so we're inside the 2019 Challenger. You can hear this thing from the inside, and it sounds awesome. I love a V8. There's nothing like a V8. So we're gonna take it for a little drive, give you my thoughts. I drove it out here and it was really comfortable. It does feel big. I mean, it's a big muscle car. You know, I don't know the length of the vehicle, but it's a big car. Overall though, the suspension's really comfortable. It feels really easy to drive. I hate the gauges. I don't like the design of them. They're like, they have these carbon fiber circles inside of them that take up most of the gauge, and then you have very small numbers, and you know, it just looks really awkward to me. I don't like it. I just like nice clear gauges, especially in a car like this. You know, you need to know your RPMs, you need to know your miles per hour, you need to be able to read those things easily. So I hate the gauges, and I know if you're a Challenger fan and you like them, you might give me a bad comment for this one. I personally do not like them. Other than that, suspension's really smooth. You can just puttering in this thing, you can feel it's just got a lot of power. It's just really, it's got a lot going for it. We'll throw it into manual mode real fast here. We're, again, not going to beat on it. It's not, you know, just not a cool thing to do, but we'll give it a little bit of pep. Wow. Wow. Okay, so this thing moves. You could probably hear that charger winding up, that supercharger winding up. You can probably hear the cold air intake. I don't know. Hopefully you can in the audio. This thing is fast, and that was not doing a lot in it. I mean, I only went to 60, but and I did not put my foot all the way down. This thing has a lot more power in it. You know, just from rolling. Wow, yeah, wow. So just to give you an idea, that was from 2,000 RPMs to 3,000 RPMs. And just, wow. Yeah, this thing's got a lot more potential. This thing is a pretty freaking cool ride. Okay, so I'm gonna wrap it up with that. I was so excited to do this video. For you who are watching, thank you. If you have your own comments or questions or suggestions, shoot them in our comments below. You can find us anywhere you're spending your time online, whether that be Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, our website. There are so many places we are that I share this video out. Thank you for watching Thursday Thoughts. This is the 2019 Challenger Hellcat. I'm so glad you were able to be here and watch it and be here with me. Thanks.